And geodetic survey is the one in which we consider the curvature of Earth. We all know that Earth is not a flat surface. Earth is a geoid, a sphere. So ये एक overview हो गया surveying की base का. So then we see that plane survey. So when we talk about the plane survey, it is further divided into 3 types. The first type of plane survey is called as table survey, in which a plane table is used. I have to stop frequently because I am adding more people into the meeting. And of course, this is my first time conducting such a big group Zoom class because I personally don't feel it convenient. So there are more people. Welcome to the ones who have just joined us, and there are a few more. Then I'll properly start it. Please mute yourselves. कुछ मुझे चिड़ियों की आवाज़ें जैसी आ रही थी. Okay, so I hope there is no one waiting in the waiting room. Okay. Right. So welcome. I think we have now 20 participants और class की total strength तकरीबन 35 के around है. So we have a fair number of people. So Assalamu alaikum again to everyone. And I hope you all are fine. And I am also fine. We are revising some basic concepts of survey for the lab which we are having later this week. So survey को जब हमने start किया revision के लिए, तो we should know what surveying is. So surveying is the method of going out into the field, collecting information, and then transferring that information into something meaningful. अगर geography की बात करें तो geography में the meaningful content after a survey is a map. So we make maps after surveying. So when we go out to the survey, when we study the earth, so we see that there are 2 methods of doing the survey. First one is plane survey here. And second one is the geodetic survey. Plane survey के अंदर we neglect the curvature of earth, or we assume that the earth is a flat surface, which is not true, but we assume. So, and plane survey is suitable for smaller areas. While when we talk about the geodetic survey, then geodetic survey is that survey in which we consider we have to take in account the curvature of earth. के earth is curve, and when we are mapping a very large area, तो उसमें earth का curvature, earth का round होना उसमें अपना take part play करता है. So that is geodetic survey. Since we are always doing survey of smaller areas, that's why for BS students we go for plane survey. और plane survey की जब हम बात करते हैं तो we have 3 types of plane survey. First one is chain survey. Second one is table survey. And third one is theodolite survey. These are the 3 types. 3 types of plane survey. Okay, so फिर अब बात कर लेते हैं हम चेन सर्वे की. तो पहली चीज़, why chain survey is called as a chain survey. So it is called as a chain survey because the main instrument which is used for this survey is a chain, and that chain is called as engineer's chain because main instrument, I'm just writing the main points so that you may save the screen in case you cannot hear properly, because main instrument is a chain which acts as a reference line for the survey. Okay, and we have several types of chain. Acha, when we say types of chain, so the next topic will be the instruments which are used. Instruments of chain survey. Excuse me. So first instrument is a chain, and it is engineer's chain. There is another chain which is used by MKS system, and that chain is called as a meter chain. Further, we have a Gunter's chain, but we use engineer's chain because that is easily available here, and that is the most convenient type of chain for chain survey. So engineer's chain, what are the specifications? It is engineer's chain, it is 100 feet long. Okay, so just a little illustration of engineer's chain. This, take for example, this is an engineer's chain and the length is 100 feet, and out of that 100 feet it has 100 links. Links are the individual parts of a chain. So it has 100 links. Each link is 1 foot long. There is brass tag after every 10 feet. Okay, so I am now marking the brass tags. How will it look like? So this is the start of the chain. This is the end of the chain, and in between we will have certain brass tags. So first one is, let's make, this is the brass tag. Then we have brass tag after every 10 feet, 10, 20, 30, 40. The spaces are not equal because I'm not measuring it right now, just doing it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. So these are the brass tags. I have tried to draw an engineer's chain which is 100 feet long. It has 100 links and there are brass tags after every 10 feet. Basically, these brass tags are used to measure the features from the chain to the specific point which we are measuring. So now let's label these. This is 10 feet brass tag. This one is 20 feet brass tag. This is 30 feet brass tag. And these brass tags have toothed structure. They have horns like thing. So if we have the 10 feet one, it will have a tooth just like that. The 20 feet one will have 2 teeth like this. This is the 20 feet one where it has 2 teeth. The 30 feet one will have 3 teeth, 1, 2, and 3. The 41 will have 4 teeth. So these are brass tags. So this is 40 feet brass tag. The brass tag of 50 feet is different from all the others. It's generally a square shaped thing. That is the 50 feet brass tag. Now, after 50 feet, the values are repeated. If we talk about the labels, it will have 40 label, it will have 30, then 20, and then 10. The reason is that we can use any end of the chain as our zero. You can either use this one. आप चाहें तो यहाँ से अपना zero start कर लें या आप चाहें तो अपना zero यहाँ से start करें. That's why the makers of this engineer's chain have labeled it like that for the convenience, since 100 feet chain is quite a long one and it's not easy to manage with the 0 and 100. So that's why the labels are like that. So after that, okay, so this is the chain survey. The engineer's chain. एंड डू रिमेंबर कि आपके वाइवा में सबसे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस इन चीज़ों से आते हैं, जो भी चीज़ मैं इस वक्त एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ, द पार्ट्स ऑफ द इंजीनियर्स चेन, द ब्रास टैग्स, द लिंक्स, and a difference between plane survey and geodetic survey. So keep these things in your mind while preparing for the exam. All right. Some other instruments for the chain survey include magnetic compass. And I think all of you know what this is used for. Magnetic compass is used for directions. And further, we have instruments which are called as ranging rods. These are also very important instrument for the chain survey and the table survey. Ranging rods are used where we have obstacles. जहाँ पर रुकावट हो हम डायरेक्टली अपना measuring tape नहीं spread कर सकें. So in that case we use ranging rods. Next instrument is measuring tape. It has to be the second most important instrument. This measuring tape is used to measure distance between brass tag and the required point. Okay, so this is the measuring tape. Then we have another instruments which are either arrows or pins. These are used to mark the points which do not have any specific identification. For example, हम किसी ground को survey कर रहे हैं और उस ground में it is irregular shape, वो ground irregular shape है and we want to make that perfect rectangle or a square, तो हम उसके चार कोनों पे pins रख देंगे. That will make our measurements easier. और इसके अलावा the pins are used to fix the chain across this. Like this is the end of the chain. Let me take the spotlight. Okay. So this is the end of the chain जिसको हम अगर ground में fix कर रहे हैं, and we will use the pin to fix this so that it doesn't move. And one pin can be used at this point. So this is the use of pins. हमने जब सर्वे किया था, वी ऑल नो कि हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज़ एट टाइम्स कि गाड़ियाँ गुजर जाती हैं वहाँ से और बाइक चेन के ऊपर से चली जाती है तो चेन हिल जाती है. एंड इन द चेन सर्वे एक्यूरेसी इज़ वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड, और एक्यूरेसी के लिए हमारी चेन का स्टडी रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ओके, सो these are the instruments. अब हम बात कर लेते हैं कि सर्वे किस तरह से परफॉर्म होगा. And before that, I think let's explain the ranging rod. Ranging rod is something like this. The length of ranging rod is around 8 feet, sometimes 8 feet, sometimes 7 feet, and it has markings. The color of ranging rod changes from so this is the ranging rod, and it has white and red markings. So there we can have here on the screen, white will not be visible, so I'm using yellow just to show how these markings are made on ranging rods. So each marking on the ranging rod is 1 foot long. So there will be 7 markings in case the ranging rod is 7 feet long, and there will be 8 markings in case the ranging rod is 8 feet long. So the 2 ranging rods are kept on 2 different points. For example, you keep the ranging rod at this particular link, and you keep the ranging rod at the place where you are marking, or the point which you are measuring. Then you keep the tape on the marking. For example, you are placing the tape on 1, 2, 3, and 4th marking. So this is the point where you are keeping your tape. So on the second ranging rod, you have to keep the tape at the same place. If you have used 1, 2, 3, and 4th marking, so on the second one, you have to use the 4th marking. If you are using the 3rd marking on the first ranging rod, then you will use the 3rd marking on the second ranging rod. In short, you have to use the similar number of markings for accurate measurement. So then I think we have explained the instruments for that. Now the process of change survey. If you have any questions, you may write in the comments. No question? All right. Okay, so we'll move forward. I'm cleaning the whiteboard. You can save the whiteboard if you want. I'm clearing it. Okay, so now the process of change survey. First thing in a survey, which everyone has to do, is to make invisible text. This is the survey process. So the first thing will be to make a rough sketch. Make a rough sketch for your study area. So I am making a rough sketch because we cannot go out into the ground at the moment. So we will be using, this is our rough sketch. So I'm just making some random features. This is a shop, and such a horrible one. That's kind of a road. That's a street. And then we have some grassy patch over here. That's the grassy area. And we have another road on this side. So whatever will be your area, you have to make the rough sketch for that. And now this is the era of technology. To have a rough sketch, the best option is to use the Google Maps or Google Earth, from where you can have the rough sketch. And rough sketch should be a bird eye view, how you see that area from the top. So Google Earth or Google Maps is a good option for making rough sketch. So here we are making those features, and we have some trees around. That's a tree, that's a tree, that's a tree. Okay, so this is the rough sketch of the area which we are mapping. This is the first thing which is required for every kind of survey. Now, after making the rough sketch, what you have to do, you have to mark the points which you are going to measure using your chain. So let's mark the points. This, let's suppose this is a shop. This is a green belt. That's a road. So these are different features. This is open space. That's parking. Okay, so when we have the rough sketch, now we are marking the points which we will measure. So first thing, along the shop, what we can do, we have to mark this point of the shop, this point, and we will mark this point. Then this is a straight line, और जब भी आपके पास कोई straight line feature हो तो उसमें आपको सिर्फ 2 points लेने होते हैं किसी भी point से. Better to take the 2 points at the 2 ends. So we will mark this point and this point. Now so you see this is a straight line और इसमें कोई differentiation नहीं है. हम जहाँ पे point mark कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए what we will do, we will use ranging rod और pins और arrows जब हम survey actual में perform करेंगे. So these are the points. And whenever we have a curved feature में हमें ये करना होता है कि उस गोलाई के starting में एक point लेते हैं, गोलाई के center में एक point लेते हैं और गोलाई जहाँ पे ख़त्म होती है, curve जहाँ ख़त्म होता है वहाँ पे एक point लेते हैं. So we have to take 3 points for a curve. Similarly, this is also a curve, तो हम इसको भी measure करेंगे center में, curve का center and the end of the curve. Then this is another straight line, so we will mark here and we'll mark here. So after measuring all these points, जब हम इसको map पे execute करते हैं तो सारे points की placement के बाद we connect those points just like a puzzle and our map gets complete. Then this is a green belt, so here green belt का ये कोना हम लेंगे and then this corner of the green belt. We have certain trees, तो trees के लिए we take just 1 point और tree has a broad trunk. तो trunk का जो center point है, roughly center point, आप उस पे arrow रख दें या ranging rod रख दें and you will mark those trees. So we'll mark the center of the tree, we'll mark center of this tree and center of this tree. After marking the points, you have to name these points. उसकी naming किस तरह से होगी, जो भी feature का नाम है वही उसका alphabet आप दे दीजिए. So that will be the naming of the features. So ये पहला point है shop का, तो we will say it as S1. This is our point to S1 and this is S2. This is the parking point, so we will name it as P1. This is parking, so we will name it as P2. This one will be P3 and this will be P4. And similarly, you have to name all the points. P5. This is also a point of parking, so we will name this one as P6. This will be something has happened. Okay, now it just showed an error, unknown error. Yes. Okay, so we were naming these points for survey. P8, P9, and P10. Then this is the green belt. So for green belt, we will name this as G1. and this as G2. Okay, now the rough sketch making is complete. After making the rough sketch, what we have to do is that we should decide the place where we will place our chain. So in this case, I think the best location for the chain will be in the center in the parking lot. So after selecting that, we will mark the position of the chain. So this is the area where we will mark the chain. Now the rough sketch is complete. Now you will go out into the field. First thing you have to do is to extend the chain. I wonder if we could have a larger space so that okay, so when you go out into the field with your survey book and with your rough sketch, you must have a piece of paper, and that piece of paper, or you can have a diary or a notebook or a copy, and that will be called as your survey book, and it will have two columns. Your survey book will have two columns. First column will be labeled as right hand side or HS, and the second column will be written as LHS, left hand side. Right hand side and left hand side. So this is your field book, how it will look like. And on that field book, you have to label all these points according to their position. When I say position, what does that mean? Let me write down the steps. Okay, you have made the rough sketch. Now, after making the rough sketch, second thing, spot, select position for chain. Okay, then now out on the field, place the chain. Okay, after placement of the chain, what you have to do is to identify the zero or starting point of the chain. The chain has two ends. It's up to you whichever end of the chain you are taking as your starting point. You can either take this part, this end of the chain as your zero, or you can take this end of the chain as your zero. It's totally up to you, whichever you are taking. So the tip for selecting zero is just select that position as zero, which has more features near to it. Or in case of university, select zero in a place जहाँ से लोगों की गाड़ियाँ ना गुजरें और आपको वो डिस्टर्ब ना करें. Okay, so identify zero or starting point of the chain. So here, in this case, I am selecting this side as the zero. So this is the start of chain, and we will take it as 0. The 0 feet, the link 0. Okay, this is the start. And this will be the end of chain, and that will be our 100. Okay, now when you have the 0 and 100 identification, now you will stand at 0 and you will keep your face towards 100. You will stand at 0 and you will keep your face towards 100. Now your left hand will show the left hand side of your survey area, and your right hand will show the right hand side of your survey area. So here, let's suppose you are standing there. Okay, so you are standing at 0 and you are facing towards the 100. So now I think this will be the left hand side, left LHS, and this will be the right RHS. So that's how you have identified the left hand side and the right hand side of your study area. Okay. Identify the LHS. Now I hope you have understood what LHS and RHS are of the survey area. Then you can do one thing. I would suggest that would be easy. Now, since you know that which one is your left hand side and which one is your right hand side, so you start labeling, you start making list of those features in your field book. This is your field book. You can make list. This is an optional step. You can do it along with the survey, or you can make it beforehand, and it's better to do it before. So make list of all the features in the field book columns. Respective columns. So here in left hand side we have S1, field book is too small. So in the left hand side over here we have S1. So we will write S1 in the left hand corner. In the next line we will write L space equals L space equal. This space will be used to label the link which is nearest to S1. So I'm just telling as an example. Excuse me. So as an example here, this is S1 right here. And this is near to link 0. This is the link 0. The start of the chain will always be link 0. So S1 is near link 0. So here I will write link 0. And we have to see two links which are near any given feature. So of course, if 0 is near it, so the next link which is very near to S1 is link 10. So here I will write link 10. Link 0, link 10, and we will leave the readings for the actual performance. So that's how you will make list of all the features in their columns. In left hand side, let me make it a bit clear. Okay, so this is our left hand side of the map. All the features which are in the yellow shaded region will be the left hand side, and all the features which are in the pink shaded regions are the right hand side features. So you will make all the list here: S1, S2, P1, P2, P, and up till P5. And these trees, I forgot to label these trees. Let's label these trees. This will be T1. This will be T2. And this will be T3. Okay, so these features, right? So that's how you will make list of all the features. You have gone to the field and you have marked the points on your field book. Now begins the process of measuring distances of different features from the chain. So on the chain, we have the links. This is link 50, link 90, link 80, link 70, link 60, 40, 30, 20, and 10. So these are the links. Now we are measuring the distance of different features from the chain. The first feature, remember that the first feature which you will measure will be the north and south points. And for that, save the screen so that things are not lost. I am raising the field book. We don't need it for now. Okay. Use compass to find north direction. And how the compass is used, we have the needle compass, and the needle moves. We have to keep the compass on a flat horizontal surface, and after keeping the compass on the surface, we have to rotate so that the yellow marking on the glass comes exactly above the red needle. Red needle जो नॉर्थ की तरफ पॉइंट करती है, we have to rotate it. उसको घुमाना है उस वक्त तक जब तक वो येलो मार्किंग एरो के बिल्कुल ऊपर ना आ जाए. Red arrow. The red arrow will be pointing towards north. Sometimes the arrow is not red color, or sometimes it will have a big arrow head on it. So use compass to find north direction, then align the ranging rod parallel to the arrow in compass. Okay, so let's sketch it how to do that. Here in the open space, I have kept my compass. Just suppose this is the compass, okay? And this compass has the north arrow, which is, this is the north arrow. It's pointing towards north. Now what we have to do, we have to use the ranging rod. हमने कंपास को ज़मीन पे रखा और उस पे नॉर्थ साउथ इसका फिक्स कर लिया. Then this is north, and this is south, right? Now you will keep it on the ground, the compass is on the ground. इसकी पोजीशनिंग के लिए यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट एनी एम्प्टी स्पेस विद इन योर सर्वे एरिया. आप चाहें तो इसे इस ओपन स्पेस में यहाँ पे करें, और यू वांट टू डू इट ऑन द पार्किंग एरिया, यू कैन डू इट ओवर हियर और यू कैन डू इट ओवर हियर. जहाँ पे भी आप चाहें उसको प्लेस करें इन एन अप्रोप्रिएट पोजीशन. बेटर टू कीप इट नियर द चेन, ताकि मेजरमेंट के लिए आपको ज़्यादा दूर ना जाना पड़े. सो नाउ यू हैव द रेंजिंग रॉड, और रेंजिंग रॉड को आपको बिल्कुल इस निडल के पैरेलल ज़मीन पे बिछा देना है. This is the ranging rod. Of course, the size of ranging rod will be much bigger than the size of the compass, which is just handheld. छोटा सा compass है, और तो यहाँ पर size थोड़े से out हुए हैं, so don't just keep that in your mind. Okay, so this position will be marked as the north. You can mark this in your rough sketch as well, and this will be the south. This is north, and this is south. अब क्या करना है, in your field book, north जो है हमारे पास left hand side पर है. This is left hand side and it is north over here. You will take the measuring tape, or you will identify next point, place, measure distance of north from two nearest links. Measure distance of north from two nearest links. So for north, if we see the nearest links are, let's start counting from 0, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So 60 is nearest, and we have to take two links now. So after 60, you can take either 70 or you can take 50. That's up to you. I am taking 70. Okay, so we are selecting the nearest link from north. So it's link 60 and link 70. So from link 60 and 70, what you will do, you will use the measuring put the 0 of measuring tape on link 60 and extend the measuring tape up to north. Whatever is the reading, just note it down there. It will be in the form of feet and inches. For example, 35 feet and 9 inches. So just write it down. Then similarly from link 70, you will keep 0 of your measuring tape on link 70 and extend it up to north. And you will note down both the readings in the left hand side of your field book, because north is in the left hand side in this case. Similarly, you will now measure the south, and for south the nearest links are 10, 20, 30, 40 and link 30. So these are the nearest links. So you will measure from link 30, keep 0 at 30 and extend the scale up to south. Then keep it at link 40 and measure it, extend it up till there. So you have to take two readings for each point. And yeah, take readings of all the features. And that is the last thing, I think. Okay. take 2 readings for all the points. Okay, so this is the chain survey. If you have any question, please let me know. Cannot see the sketch. Now can you see the sketch? Ariba. Ariba has written she cannot. Okay, now you can see. Okay. Any question? You have 10 seconds to post the question. Okay, vertical offset. You do not have to make the survey report file. Rimsha has asked, okay, you have to make the survey report file or not. No, in your final lab, you just have to make the map, the big size map, and along with that, you have to submit the paper on which you have written the readings, right? And yeah, rough sketch. In fact, I will provide you the photocopy, the printout of your rough sketch. So that you can use that one. लेकिन आप अपना बना लें तो it would be even better. Just make sure कि आपके जो भी points हैं वो आपके rough sketch field book के अंदर clearly written हो. Now vertical offset. That's a very nice question because I totally forgot about vertical offset. Amreen. Okay, I'm now explaining vertical offset. It's sad that I have to erase everything. Anyways, you can save the whiteboard if you want because I am now erasing the whiteboard. जी इकरा आपकी फाइल्स आपको ऑफिस से मिल जाएंगी एंड इफ़ यू नीड द map you can wait for Madam Lubna. She generally comes after 11, so आप उनसे ले लीजिएगा. And I never know, maybe I would go tomorrow, and if I go I would be there up till 1 only. 1 बजे के बाद मैं वहाँ से निकल जाऊंगी if I go there. It's not confirmed. I'll let you know let your CR कि मैं जा रही हूँ या नहीं कल, क्योंकि we do not have as such that much thing. क्लासेस तो नहीं हो रही हैं, बस यूनिवर्सिटी ट्रायल बेसिस पे ओपन हुई है. प्रॉपरली ओपन जब एग्जाम्स होंगे उस वक्त ही होगा. ओके, वर्टिकल ऑफसेट. For telling you how vertical offset is done, this is the chain, and on that chain we have the different links. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so लेट्स सपोज हमें वर्टिकल ऑफसेट की सबसे अच्छी एग्जांपल हमें उस वक्त हम ले सकते हैं जब हमारे पास चेन के पैरेलल कोई फीचर हो, जैसे कि आई हैव जस्ट ड्रॉन कोई पार्किंग की एज है, या लाइक इन फ्रंट ऑफ डीन ऑफिस यू हैव सीन कि वहाँ पर एक स्ट्रेट कॉरिडोर का एज था. सो दिस इज द स्ट्रेट फीचर, और इस स्ट्रेट फीचर पे अब आपको रीडिंग्स लेनी है. So vertical offset is defined as a reading which is taken perpendicular to any link. For example, ये एक straight line है और यहाँ पर मेरे पास leverage है, आज़ादी है कि I can take the reading from anywhere along this line. इस line के along मैं कहीं पर भी reading ले सकती हूँ because it is a straight line, और straight line को map करने के लिए we need only 2 points along that. So टू सेव टाइम, वर्टिकल ऑफसेट आमतौर पे टाइम बचाने के लिए किया जाता है ताकि डबल रीडिंग ना लेनी पड़े. सो टू सेव टाइम व्हाट आई विल डू कि आई नो दैट दिस इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन एंड मुझे इसमें 2 पॉइंट लेने हैं. सो आई विल सेलेक्ट इट लाइक दिस इज लिंक, दिस इज माय जीरो. विथ जीरो को लेबल कर लूँ सो दैट you guys won't be confused. This is 0, link 0, and this is link 100. ओके, सो लिंक 0 एंड लिंक 100. और मैं चाहती हूँ कि इस स्ट्रेट लाइन पर मैं कोई से भी 2 पॉइंट ले लूँ. तो लिंक 10 के ऑपोजिट एक पॉइंट मैं आइडेंटिफाई करूँगी. तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा कि आई विल ask my friend to stand there with a ranging rod, and then I will use the compass. आपने कंपास देखा होगा जो हमारे पास है, उसमें it has a main compass body and there is something which can be extended like this, and on this side there is another thing. This is a side and this is another side. और उसके एक साइड पर एक slit होती है, tiny little opening, and on the other side we have a thin wire. So this is the wire side and this is the slit side. Okay, the wire side is the object piece and the slit side is the eye piece. So you will stand at link 10 क्योंकि हमने यहाँ 2 पॉइंट आइडेंटिफाई किए हैं. एक link 10 के परपेंडिकुलर होगा and the second one will be perpendicular to link 80. Perpendicular means making an angle of 90 degrees. So you will stand there, you will ask your friend to take a ranging rod and place the ranging rod somewhere here, and you will use this magnetic compass. उसे अपने palm पे रखिए, बिल्कुल straight रखें. And from the eyepiece, you will check the position of the ranging rod. Ranging rod exactly wire के पीछे होनी चाहिए. This is the ranging rod and it should be exactly in front of. Okay, this is the eye, the wire, and this is the ranging rod. ये बिल्कुल straight line पे हो तो this will be done like that. Okay, you are standing at link 10. You have asked your friend to stand there to place the ranging rod somewhere along this corridor edge. या रोड का किनारा है या कोई दीवार है, आपने वहाँ पे रेंजिंग रॉड रखवाई और अपने फ्रेंड्स, और आपने खुद इस स्लिट से देखा वायर के पीछे एग्जैक्टली रेंजिंग रॉड को अलाइन किया. इसके बाद जहाँ पर रेंजिंग रॉड रखी है वहाँ से लिंक 0 तक की सिर्फ एक मेजरमेंट लेनी है, just one measurement. It saves time, although the explanation took a longer time, लेकिन इसको करना बहुत आसान है. Similarly, आप यहाँ पे link 80 पे आएंगे, you will place the magnetic compass on your palm और ख्याल रखना है कि बिल्कुल सीधा रहे. अगर कोई elevated surface या कोई table या tripod हो तो ज़्यादा बेहतर होता है, but we do not have small tripods for that, so we consider using it on our palms. और रेंजिंग रॉड यहाँ पे प्लेस करानी है, एक पॉइंट उसका आपने ले लिया और उसकी वन रीडिंग, जस्ट वन रीडिंग फॉर द वर्टिकल ऑफसेट. So yeah, that's vertical offset. Any other question? No question. All right. Now the mapping of chain survey. If you want to save it, you can save it. I'm going to delete, clear the whiteboard in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and clear. Okay. So you guys are sure there is no question. Okay, how to make the map? First thing you have to do is the diagonal scale. It's been a long time. You guys must have forgotten about it. Not exactly, but हो सकता है थोड़ा सा दिमाग से निकल गया हो diagonal scale. It had been a nightmare those days. So पहली चीज़ जो आप अपने मैप पे बनानी है that is the चलें कोशिश करते हैं कि आपके दिमाग में दोबारा से चीज़ें आ जाएं. Okay. First thing, द डायगनल स्केल. और डायगनल स्केल के लिए मैं बहुत क्विकली बताऊंगी डायगनल स्केल. यू विल हैव स्केल स्टेटमेंट इन योर एग्जाम. आपका स्टेटमेंट कुछ इस तरह से होगा कि 1 इंच इक्वल्स 14 फीट. ये आपका स्केल होगा. आपको सबसे पहले इसको कन्वर्ट करना होगा एक इजीली मल्टीप्लायबल फिगर में. हमेशा याद रखिएगा टू कंस्ट्रक्ट एनी स्केल, चाहे वो डायगोनल हो और इट कैन बी द सिंपल स्केल. कौन सा होता था? सी आई एम ऑल्सो फॉरगेटिंग, सॉरी. There were 3 types of linear scales: the diagonal scale, the comparative scale, and लीनियर. या लीनियर, कंपैरेटिव एंड डायगोनल. सो आप कोई सा भी स्केल बनाते हैं तो पहली चीज़ जो आपने करनी है, यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट दैट स्केल स्टेटमेंट इनटू एन इजीली मल्टीप्लायबल ग्राउंड यूनिट. स्केल के अंदर 2 यूनिट्स होते हैं. दिस इज द स्केल, द पेपर यूनिट, द मैप यूनिट, एंड दिस इज द ग्राउंड यूनिट. तो हमें ग्राउंड यूनिट पे फोकस करना होता है और उसे हमने चेंज करना होता है किसी इजीली मल्टीप्लायबल नंबर पे. दिस इज 14 एंड द नियरेस्ट इजी नंबर टू 14 इज 10. तो हम इसको 10 में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. एंड टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू 10, डिवाइड and multiply, divide by itself. Yeah, round off, we have to do round off. Divide by itself and multiply by your required number. So that's what is to be done for rounding off. Yeah, so 1 inch divided by 14 multiply by 10. 14 इंच डिवाइडेड बाय 14, क्योंकि ये स्टेटमेंट है कि डिवाइड बाय इटसेल्फ. तो कौन इटसेल्फ? द ग्राउंड यूनिट, क्योंकि मैप यूनिट इज द सेम थिंग, इज जस्ट 1. ओके, डिवाइड बाय इटसेल्फ एंड मल्टीप्लाई बाय योर रिक्वायर्ड नंबर. इन दिस केस हमारा रिक्वायर्ड नंबर है 10. सो ये 14 14 कैंसिल हो जाएगा तो वी विल हैव 10 और यहाँ पर 10 डिवाइडेड बाय 14. So it will be 0.14 inch. Yes, what's 10 divided by 0.14? Excuse me. I hope you guys are not sleeping. Why anybody didn't tell me? 10 divided by 14. Is it 0.14? No, it's not.